I wanted to drive in here and show you guys a secret spot. This is actually quite interesting. If you've ever driven through Queenston Heights, you come along the scenic route there, there's this rusted out fence. You walk through the fence, you come up the hill. It's a little muddy today, but it's still not too bad. There's this secret graveyard here. Now this is the Hamilton family plot. You might recognize the name Hamilton, like the city. Well, the father, mother, brothers, cousins of George Hamilton, who founded the city, they're buried here. And even though I couldn't find her, there's also a woman named Catherine. Now, Catherine was one of the wives of Robert Hamilton, and St. Catherine's is named after her. So it's really surprising to think that this hidden cemetery back here has so many prominent historic figures. Now, we're just off of a beautiful mansion called Willowbank. There's an article on the site about that, and about the man who built it and his wife, who is the ghost who haunts it. Now, Willowbank is interesting because it is also kind of hidden here in Queenston. It's a beautiful house, and here buried in the cemetery we have two people. Now, I'll have you come in and get a closer look at the stone here. This is Alexander, and beside him is his wife Hannah. Beautiful stones. They're actually in quite good shape. Now this is interesting. Alexander, he was the owner of Willowbank. He was the brother of George Hamilton, who the city's named after. Now, interesting when he died, though. He was, I guess you could call him sort of an official for the town of Queenston. And when it came time, being a small place, they had to execute a man who was involved with the rebellion of 1837 with William Lyon Mackenzie. And so they had to execute him. They were going to hang him, and there was nobody who would do it. Now, Alexander was kind of a sensitive soul. He didn't want to do it, but he was forced into it because nobody else could. He was the head guy. He owned Willowbank. He was kind of the town's unofficial leader, so they made him do it. And they say it was the stress of executing a man is what led him to his death, because he died soon after this occurred. Now, Hannah, she was more of an interesting person. Now, she was probably the tough one of the relationship. She always wanted to seem more rich than they actually were. So Alexander was not the richest person, but they made Willowbank to look like they had tons of money. Hamilton family was quite well known back then. So Hannah, she wanted to show off to all of her friends and say, "Oh, look at my beautiful house and all my beautiful possessions," and they were always in debt because of it. Now, she was so connected to this house, and they say that's the reason why after her death that she's still haunting it. Now, currently Willowbank is a school for restoration of historic houses, and you can only imagine, if you guys know the world of the paranormal, you know that renovations tend to stir up the ghosts, and because of this they say Hannah's still in there. Specific stories can be found on the website. There's an article on Willowbank. So I hope you enjoyed visiting. I wish I did find Catherine's grave being so historically significant, but unfortunately I haven't. If anybody knows where it is in here, please post in the comments below. Thank you.